Once upon a time, in a quiet little village surrounded by whispering woods, lived a sweet girl named Willow. She lived happily with her mother, and they ran through the fields laughing. But her mother passed away when she was 16. Willow was sent to live with her father's only sister, Aunt Ellen, and her cousin Beatrice. Though Aunt Ellen's home was grand and filled with laughter, it held little warmth for Willow. She was given the attic room, far from the warmth of the hearth, and was expected to do most of the chores. She served, cleaned. That first night, Willow curled into the corner of the cold attic. She tried to stay strong, but the silence broke her. She cried until her pillow was soaked, heart-wrenching sobs that echoed through the wooden beams above. It was the kind of cry that only those who've lost everything understand. Despite the hard work and cold stares, Willow remained kind-hearted and hopeful. She would sing to the birds while hanging laundry and hum sweet tunes as she swept the dusty halls. 2 years passed. On the morning of her 18th birthday, Aunt Ellen handed Willow a small basket and said sharply, "Go into the woods and bring back some fresh berries. Be quick about it." Without complaint, Willow wore a cloak and set off into the deep green forest. The trees whispered above her, and sunbeams danced on the path as if guiding her way. But after walking for what felt like hours, Willow felt utterly lost, alone, exhausted, and empty. She sat beneath a large oak, clutched her skirt, and wept once again. Tears streamed down her face, falling into the mossy ground below. She cried not just for her mother or for her loneliness, but because she feared she'd never be seen, truly seen, by anyone. Her sobs filled the quiet forest, her shoulders shaking like brittle leaves in wind. And a kind old woman came, struggling with the firewood she was holding, and approached Willow and comforted her. Willow took the firewood from the old lady and helped her carry it home. The old woman thanked her and commended her for helping. Inside the cozy cottage, they shared warm tea and sweet bread. As Willow prepared to leave, the old woman handed her a basket of berries and a small gold treasure box. "This is for you," the old woman said, "because kindness always finds its way back." Willow thanked her and made her way home. When Aunt Ellen saw the glittering gold treasure inside the box, shimmering coins and fine jewels, her eyes grew wide with greed. The very next morning, she sent Beatrice into the forest with strict instructions to find the same old woman and return with more treasures. Beatrice met the same old woman Willow met. She was struggling with a bunch of firewood again. Beatrice ignored her struggling and demanded a treasure right there in the forest. The old woman didn't invite her to drink tea in her cottage like she invited Willow, but she gave Beatrice a mystery box. Beatrice returned home with the box, entered their living room with Ellen, and they locked the door behind them. They opened the box and green frogs and scorpions came out and filled the room. Ellen and Beatrice shrieked in terror and suffered bites. And so Willow moved out and started making a successful living for herself, using the treasure to build a peaceful life filled with warmth, music, and kindness. She was full of joy, peace, and hope. In time, she met a gentle man who saw her for who she truly was. and loved her for it. They married in a small garden filled with joy, and they were blessed with 2 beautiful children, a girl and a boy who filled their days with laughter and light. And so, Willow's life, once filled with tears, blossomed into joy, peace, and purpose, because kindness always finds its way back, and love grows where it is nurtured. They lived happily ever after. Be kind to everyone, whether you're close to them or not. Be content with what you have and don't be envious, lest you fall in danger because of greed. Thanks for watching.